Hello there, and welcome to this brief demo of the WrapIt program in CorelDRAW X7. My name is Michael. I'm one of the product specialists here at LaserJumpStart. The WrapIt program's main purpose is to create objects that will be wrapped around another object. So that could be something as simple as like your finger, so for a ring, or your wrists for bracelets or anything along those lines. But I have also seen people use it to wrap around gifts to help add a little bit of a bling to that wrapping of that gift. But it can also, it isn't just limited to wrapping around one thing. It can also be included and incorporated into other projects. So one thing that we're working with right now, or rather that I'm working on right now, is using it as a flexible handle for a basket, using one of these WrapIts as a handle. So it does have quite a few possibilities. It is pretty flexible in what you can use with it. Here I do have a few examples of some of the WrapIts that we've been able to make. These three here have been made with MDF board that we have made available here at LaserJumpStart. The MDF board that we have here is pretty awesome. It's double-sided, one of the only places that you can get double-sided MDF board. Meaning that you can engrave on both sides, and it does have two tones, one tone per side. So getting one piece of this, it doubles the amount of images and things that you can do with it. So it's really nice. I love it a lot. It looks beautiful. We do also have Engravers Plastic, which are these two right here, with this one even with an embellishment on it. And as you see, I have labeled them all as to what style they are emulating. The WrapIt program is one of our newest programs made available. If you want to, go ahead and check out our website and just look at it right away. I do have our website listed on the last image on this video. So if you want to check that out, feel free to do so. But in either case, let's look into this program now. As it's one of our newest ones, it does have one of the benefits of not requiring anything already on the screen in order to generate what it will generate. So let's open up the program right away. The first thing that will be brought to is this page, and you'll see that it does talk about wrap height. The wrap height is the width of the wrap from this end to that end. And it does need to be in increments of 1/2 inches. This is for some of the wraps that we use. They repeat rather than stretch, and so in order to repeat, they do need to be in that 1/2 inch increment. The wrap diameter is the inside diameter of the wrap, not the outside. This is so that you can measure the thing you want to wrap it around. Say you want to make a cozy for a water bottle, you measure the diameter of that water bottle and then enter that into the program, and it will be a tight fit around that. The number of latches is how many latches you would like to have in order to keep the end pieces together. As you can just barely see here, the two ends of this wrap are being held together with these latches here, and this one does have 3. Depending on how many you want, usually 3 is enough, but sometimes you might want to have more, sometimes you might want to have less. We're also able to decide what latch style we would want. So the latch style here is square. On that image that I was showing you, that is the dovetail option, and then we do also have a hinge option, which is a little bit more rounded. The next thing you'll see here is the cutting curve. Now, I do have a video on cutting curve, so if you need more information on what cutting curve is or how to calculate it, check out that video. But the gist of it is that as your laser is making cuts, it is removing materials, and so it's making a trough. The cutting curve is the width of that trough, so it's the width of the cuts of your laser. This is to make sure, by entering in this information accurately, it makes sure that the hinges fit together nice and snugly. The material thickness is the thickness of the material that we're cutting. Be sure to measure that with calipers. Don't trust labels. The more accurate you are here, the more precise the program will be. And then we have the flex styles. This is where we can choose how those flexes look. This option, the squiggle option, is on this water bottle in the background. It has that wavy pattern. We do also have a diamond option, a repeating diamond, and this one has a bit more stretch, but it is this one here. Next we have the Y shape, which has this hexagonal pattern, and it is on this engraving plastic right there. And then we have the line option. This is familiar to most, as this is the same pattern we use with our Flexit programs. And it is this guy right here. And last of all, we have the star and circle. This repeating pattern with stars and circles. It is the one in the front, and it is the this is actually one of my favorites. I like this one a lot. But you will notice we do have our option to select our own as well, where we can create our own patterns and save them as a CorelDRAW file, and it will repeat and stretch those patterns over it. More information on how to do that in your user manual, but as you can tell, you just create a file, a very basic file with a repeating a pattern that can be repeated. Under the Choose Flexibility option, we have highest, medium, lowest. The highest is what we typically leave it on. This is where it repeats the pattern without spacing, so you notice how it's even spacing all throughout on these different flexes. If we had it selected on, say, medium, it would add a small space in between, or rather there would be more material in between the separate flexes. And then lowest, there's an even larger amount of material, making it so that it has less flexibility. If we need to, we can always choose our own, enter in how many we want. If we only want one, we can put in one. If we want 50, we can put in 50 flexes here. A good rule of thumb is to always apply as you go. And so if you apply in the middle, it will be able to tell you if that will fall within the bounds or not, or can tell you if you're missing some information. Like right now, I have select own selected, but there's no flex imported, and so if I clicked on apply, it would give me an error. So let's just change that back to line. And the last option you will see is the picture option. This is where we add an image or an engraving on onto the top of your wrap. And this one is one of our preloaded ones, which is the heart option right there. But as always, we can select our own. But you will notice that it does say here that it must be a CDR file type. I would like to add to that it must also be a line art in order for it to function properly. Sometimes you can get away with engraving by standard with bitmaps or JPEGs, but with the program it does require it to be a line art. Besides, it's a lot more precise, it's a lot more smooth and higher quality if we do it that way. Alright, and that concludes the demo on the WrapIt program. Thank you for watching our video. I hope that it helped you out. Check out our website to see all of our programs that we have available, as well as materials that we have made specifically for lasers. If you'd like a one-on-one training session with one of our product specialists, we can provide those services as well for a nominal fee. Check out the video on your left if you'd like to find out more about some of our other programs, or the video on your right if you would like to see more about some of our ideas on the Idea Showcase. This has been LaserJumpStart, helping you make more with your laser.